You've likely met them, the ones who stay quiet in meetings, who sit in the back of the room, eyes steady, mouth closed. They rarely speak, but when they do, the room listens. Strangely, it's not always the smartest voice that dominates the room, but the one that waits, the one that watches, the one that pretends not to know. And here's the paradox. In a world obsessed with showing off, could hiding your intelligence actually be the ultimate power move? We're taught to prove ourselves, to speak up, to stand out, to never let ignorance be mistaken for truth. But what if the true masters of influence are those who play dumb, not because they lack knowledge, but because they understand something deeper, something more primal? Power isn't taken, it's given, and people give it more freely to those they don't perceive as a threat. What if being underestimated is your greatest advantage? This isn't about deception. It's about precision, about learning when to speak and when to disappear, about the rare, quiet art of letting others believe they're in control until they're not. And once you see this clearly, you'll never look at silence the same way again. Beneath every conversation, every meeting, every relationship, there's an invisible game being played. A game of ego, threat perception, and unspoken hierarchy. Most people don't see it, but once you do, everything changes. Humans are wired to protect their status. It's evolutionary. When someone appears more competent, more confident, more intelligent, it subconsciously triggers defense mechanisms in others. Envy, insecurity, even subtle sabotage. That's why the loudest person in the room is often met with resistance. They provoke the very instincts that make people close their ears. But when you appear harmless, when you hide your sharp edges, people relax. They let their guard down. They reveal more than they intend. You become the observer, not the opponent. This is why Schopenhauer advised playing dumb, not to deceive, but to disarm. By stepping out of the spotlight, you become invisible in the best possible way, unthreatening, underestimated, and therefore powerful. Psychologists call this strategic self-deprecation. It's the art of stepping back to move forward, the science of influence without confrontation. What looks like passivity is actually positioning. What feels like retreat is preparation. And while others rush to speak and assert, you gather leverage in silence. Because the game isn't won by those who shout, it's won by those who listen. Now, imagine this. While others compete for attention, you become the stillness in the storm, the one who listens, absorbs, waits. At first, no one notices. You don't interrupt. You don't correct. You don't display your brilliance like a medal on your chest. But something begins to shift. People start trusting you. They speak freely around you, not realizing you're collecting every detail. They turn to you when decisions falter, surprised by your clarity. You haven't fought for influence. You've earned it without asking. In social circles, those who boast are often admired from a distance but rarely relied upon. You, the quiet one, become the anchor, the constant, the unexpected source of stability. And in the workplace, playing dumb shields you from premature judgment. You're not seen as competition, so you're not a threat. You rise silently, strategically, while others exhaust themselves proving something no one asked for. But there's a darker side too. If you fail to recognize this dynamic, you may feel frustrated, unseen, unheard, overlooked. You may burn out trying to prove your worth in a system that rewards subtlety more than volume. The world doesn't just value intelligence, it values those who manage it. And the cost of not seeing this is staying unheard forever. What if the greatest minds in history didn't dominate through brilliance, but through restraint? Socrates, the father of Western philosophy, feigned ignorance not because he lacked insight, but because he knew questions open more doors than answers ever could. Lao Tzu taught that the sage appears soft, humble, even foolish, while holding infinite wisdom hidden beneath. And Schopenhauer? He saw through the illusion of performance. He understood that true influence requires invisibility. This isn't about manipulation. It's about detachment from ego. You're not hiding who you are. You're choosing not to perform it. You're conserving power, not wasting it. It's not submission. It's strategy. The moment you stop trying to convince others of your value is the moment they start noticing it on their own. And this flips everything. You don't win by being louder. You win by being undeniable. Quietly, patiently, precisely. Let others run the race to be seen. You walk the edge of the arena, unnoticed but not unfelt. You are the chess player watching pawns exhaust themselves. You strike not with noise, but with timing. Because the power you're after isn't loud. It's silent, steady, and inevitable. And once you adopt this lens, the world starts to tilt in your favor. Now that you've seen the game beneath the surface, the question becomes, will you play it or let it play you? Power no longer lies in domination. It lies in discretion. Influence isn't about convincing people you're right. It's about letting them arrive there on their own, with you guiding the current like a hidden hand beneath still waters. Start by mastering restraint. The next time you feel the urge to correct, impress, or dominate, pause. Observe the room. Listen deeper than you speak. Ask questions instead of offering conclusions. And when the time is right, strike once with clarity. That's how you become unforgettable. Let your silence speak for you. Let your presence be felt, not announced. Let others talk themselves into trusting you, because you didn't force it. Remember, playing dumb doesn't mean being passive. It means choosing precision over performance, subtlety over spectacle. It means being underestimated until it's too late to stop you. And here's the final truth. Those who seem quiet are often just calculating. Those who seem harmless have learned not to provoke envy. And those who appear foolish are often the ones writing the rules. Now, ask yourself, are you ready to stop proving and start positioning? Because your silence has more power than you think.